Hi there. Happy Thursday. We're back. Play out this last song here and get started. This track is Autumn and it's all its glory. That's about the vibe of the weather we've been experiencing lately. All right, we had a really long stream yesterday. We had a long one, a big stream too, and multiple raids from Sorcery Story and a regular human. That was awesome. Met lots of new people. Today will probably be quieter. It's gonna be shorter. I have to end early today, so we'll probably only be streaming for a couple hours, but I think we can get some good stuff done. Everyone's having a great day so far. All right, so we're working on our build systems, on our and by that I don't mean like building the project. I mean like our editing tools, our in-game editing tools. We were working a lot on structuring our commands, like our inputs, and I think we settled on a structure that's kind of dumb in that it's kind of indirect, but I think it will be fairly straightforward to implement. So like the game node receives enqueue command calls from the input handler in Godot. It routes them based on their top level instruction, which is like view or edit or exit, or it'll probably be a move. Probably have move. Probably be like move. I'll probably have like select, stuff like this. There will be a bunch of them. And all it's going to do is it's going to reroute the commands to the appropriate queue. And then the relevant system will pick those up when they run, when the main system runs those. System execution order matters a lot. So like the edit system needs to run before the tool system, because the edit system looks through at our edit commands, and then it recognizes the subtype of the command, so like tool, save, load, undo, redo, and it reroutes those to the correct queue, which is like in this case the tool commands queue, and then the tool system runs after the edit system and it will handle this stuff. So the tool system will grab this, it will say like, oh, this is an eraser tool command. Oh, we have a select tool command. I remember what said we were gonna do today. We said we were gonna work on a palette system, like a palette setup in Godot, so that we could palletize all the block types. I guess that's what we'll do maybe today. Maybe we'll try to do that. That could be cool. Because we basically need to pass through information about what block tool we want to select, but it can't just be an enum, like block.forms, like deck or bulk or whatever. It needs to be more specific information than that. It needs to be like not just what it is, but also the direction of it. So it needs to be, excuse me. Like we have a block. These are all like the regular blocks. And this is like direction 0. So this is just a solid square block. And then this is like, a block with a direction. This is like, I forgot what we said, but I think this is like direction 1 minus 1 1 because it's positive 1 1 in the well, we have to decide how we want the directions to go. I think we want the direction to actually represent the solid shape of it. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's arbitrary, and we can also just reverse them at some point. So I just need to pick something. Um, but yeah, these are different. These are different directions. So we need to set these up with like a tool that lets us pick one, and then we need. Not sure how I'm going to implement this. I think we might hold off on these ones for a moment until I can think about how to implement them. Just stick with these for now. It'll probably be like bulk, and down here we have, which is bulk is like almost wall. It's like a wall segment. And then down here at the bottom we have like, these are the decks or like floor pieces. And then these are like both. So I guess we'll have a selection of both. Okay, that seems fine. So yeah, we need like a way to select these in the editor. And by in the editor, I mean like while we're playing the game. So we need to make a window and stuff for these. So I guess let's set up the UI and then we can decide how we populate that with items. So I guess we're going to be working in like Godot, the Godot engine today, not just like writing code. That'll be fun. I don't love the UI. I kind of wish I passed through the transparent version of this logo instead of this solid black one. I know I can just change that if I want. All right, so we need like a window up here or something. Or maybe it should be in the upper left. Doesn't really matter where we do it. So we're going to add child node. We'll add a control. So we'll say this like, we'll call this like block editor. Oh, we just do a control. We'll call it block editor. And so we're gonna need like a grid. We're gonna need some kind of grid. We're gonna need a grid container. Are these scrollable? The grid containers? Scroll container. I think that's more what we will need. Let's do some research here. The container used to provide child control with scroll bars when needed. Scroll bars will automatically be drawn at the right for vertical or bottom for horizontal and will enable dragging to move the viewable control and its children within the scroll container. Okay. So yeah, we definitely want one of these. So I guess let's make Let's add one of these. This will be like a block palette. Then in here, we add a grid. Is this how this works? I'm like not the best with control nodes. Now we need to just put images, right? Or buttons. We want texture buttons. So we make like a texture button. So what we do need to do now is I need to import all of the sprites here. So let's go UI. Let's add a folder for like palette, maybe like block palette. Say editor. Let's add a block folder. We'll add a palette folder. This is getting kind of out of control, but then we'll just put all of the palette pieces here. So let's go in here and we need to just start exporting these. Is this the color I want to use? This is the mid-tone gray, right? Or is this the... Is this the inner gray? This is the inner gray. I don't know if I want to use that, but I guess we can use it for now. It doesn't really matter. We need to just start separating these out. Kind of need to make these, so let's make a new file here. Or I guess let me collect these all here somewhere. Actually, we're gonna make a new file. It doesn't really matter what size. Index transparent. We'll save this to here. So editor, block, palette. Then we'll just start. Ooh, oh, that's kind of cool, but not the color set we're using. I need to load the palette. Uh, not edit, not edit. Load palette. I need to set up the default palette is what I need to do. Palettes, low sat. I think it's fine. There we go. Okay, now I need to pack all of these in here. I'll put the deck ones first. We need to make this larger. All right, we'll just lay these out. We can use these as our icons. And we'll associate these icons with different information somehow. Not sure how. Uh, Seems a little wrong. Let's put that there. I think this is up one. Probably up another one. Down one. There we go. Something like that. And this, I don't know. This maybe? It just has to look good on the grid. This doesn't have to be actually the offsets that we're actually going to use when placing these. I do need to break these apart into their component pieces because these are going to be rendered per face. But the icons here can just be the complete version of it, the composite version of it. All right, so this is one. I think I want the deck before the block here. So like this. Then I'll put these in next. Kind of wish I'd done it like this, so I could have actually gotten the ratios or the positioning correct. Oh, the positioning's not correct here anyway, so who cares? I'm going to put the back ones up against the top and the bottom ones down against the bottom. This is how we're going to do this. If we don't like it, we can change it. Because it communicates a little bit about like the relationship between the blocks. Might look terrible and we change it, but instinctively this seems like a good way to start. funny how the decks kind of get degenerate because they're the slopes that I'm using for them kind of line up with the perspective that I'm using, the diametric perspective. So yeah, like this one just looks like just a flat thing. It's kind of funny. All right, now let's add the last one, which is this one. Maybe it is good to have them all anchored the same. Oh, these ones are long. Why is that? Oh, it's because they're both. Right, right. They're supposed to be long. They're 2.5 of these squares. Right. I'm excited to get these in here. I'm excited to get these slope pieces. I can actually start to maybe make some cool designs once we have these in here. I kind of need a grid line. Oh, I'm doing it. I got it. It needs guides when you can just pick the right line every time. All right, now here's the part we have to pay attention to. I guess where the grid line would actually help. So you are up here. You are there. That's good. Right, if this is 1.5, it should be reaching the bottom now. This is not reaching the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So why does that reach the bottom and this one doesn't? A little concerning. Should be all the way down here. This, probably fine. Just to be consistent, it should be 2 pixels up. Okay, that works. So let's trim this canvas a little bit. So this is our thing here. Don't save this. Go in here. We need to rename this file. Oh, that's just the A-sprite file. Is there a rename in here? Huh. Kind of weird that you can't rename a file directly in A-sprite. UI, editor, block, palette. These are slopes. What should we call those? Linear slopes. Maybe like straight slopes. I don't know. Yeah, and then we'll have a curved. We'll eventually have curved slopes, which are going to be a pain to draw, but it'll be awesome to use. We also need very simple. We have a lot of space in this document, so maybe we actually just do them all here. I don't know. We also need to be able to select a basic. Let's get these in first. Oh, we still need to. That file doesn't exist. We need to grab this. Do this. We need the basic blocks, which I'm not including here. Move these down by 3. Like that. Grab this. We need to grab the basic. We need to grab these ones. This one. And this one. We're going to make this a separate file. And then we're going to use them both together. So we'll grab this, put this down here. Grab this, put this on top. Just get rid of the seam. And this is going to become its own file, I think. What should this be? 64 by 64 is fine, right? 47, 63. That doesn't sound right. Oh, that's not okay. That's not square. That's fine. So make a 64 by 64. Save this here. We'll call these just cubes. Load our palette. Grab these. Move them over here. rid of that. Move these back. Export those. Go in here. Okay, so we've got our files here. I probably don't do I do I compress my sprites? I like genuinely don't know anymore. I haven't touched my sprites in so long. Yeah, okay, we're using compressed texture 2D. That seems fine. All right, so we've got our two little palette things. Now we need to make some texture buttons. Sorry, my partner is sick. She stayed up all night to finish her finals, which was a Unity project, which is awesome. It turned out really great. She did basically all the work on it. But at what cost would be the question. All right, so texture. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. These can be masks though, right? Like the hover, the pressed, and stuff like this. Pure black and white bitmap image to use for click detection on the. Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't realize this was a thing. I'm gonna use. Can I use that outside of the UI? All right, we're just gonna add. Find our texture here. We'll just use the cubes. Can I use a texture region? Is that an option when doing this? No. Oh, dang. Thought I'd be able to use texture regions here. Am I going to have to break these out into every individual piece? I'm not happy with that. That can't be right, right? Godot, texture button, texture region. I want to set the region size for a texture button. Is that an option? Oh, I need to make an atlas texture. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Import. That's not in the import, is it? Do I need to say, shows how often I do this. So here, I change this. Atlas texture. Atlas. And I load this in as the atlas. Like this. Now I can specify texture region. Beautiful. Width is 32. Height is 16. Oh, I need to pad some space here, don't I? Let's do that in here. Oh, so I need to just pad all of these, huh? Actually, no, I don't need to. I'm okay with them not taking up maximum space. So this is like uh, cube, cube, deck cube. Probably a better way to do this to like construct this procedurally from something, but I don't know how to do that, or I haven't had to do that yet, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to keep doing this the easy way until it gets too hard, and then we'll do it a different way. So this needs its texture set. Uh, these each need their own atlas texture, right? Because yeah, each one has its own region. Correct. Okay. Call this deck bulk, or no, it's bulk cube. Atlas texture, atlas cube, region, 32. Oh, 0, 32, 32. Width is 32. This this control, so the UI preset is fine. Horizontal fill. Custom minimum size 640 by 320. Oh, 360. Right. Block editor is gonna be, I don't know, like this. Set a custom minimum size. Let's say 120 by 80. I don't know. Let's not clip the contents. Full rect. Okay, we don't want a full rect. We want top left. This is specified. Okay. All right, we can have two columns. Oh, wait, this is a grid. How do we... Layout direction, container sizing, fill, fill, expand. Yeah, there you go. Add another one of these. Texture button. Call this the deck plus bulk cube. I'll say deck bulk. We'll say deck and. Textures. Atlas texture. This starts at 32. Its width is 32. Its height is 48. 40? Okay, so this one's 40. Okay, so this is the maximum number of columns. Oh, so these stretch out to fill. Okay, so these grid things are all end up being the same. I see. That's fine. All right, so I can theoretically pick these. Yeah, I would love to be able to like procedurally fill these out, but I feel like unless I make the textures exactly the same. No, these have their own texture atlases. That's fine. I don't mind doing this by hand, I guess, for at least the initial version. I don't totally want to do the rest of these, but I will. So we got this. Oh, I need some margins here. This looks horrible just being right up against the edge. I have some ideas for how to do the hover and click versions of the textures. Like what if I did this? Oh, this. I just did that. That actually makes me ask a question. So here, where it says this, where we have our hull stack, we have the middle hull, which is the darkest level of the hull. Are these the same colors, or is this actually lighter than this? 31, 31, 31. Okay, so these are actually lighter, which makes sense because there's no lighting, so there's no reason to change their color. So at least for now, I could just have it look like this when it's this texture will be called texture. Make a new layer called hover. I'll make a new layer called click. That's what they're called, right? So we've got, oh, it's normal. I don't want to call this normal. Normal is not the, uh, oh, so it's normal, pressed, hover, focused. Okay, hold on. So normal, texture displayed by default when the node is not in the disabled, hovered, or pressed state. Texture is still displayed in the focus state with texture focused drawn on top. I see, I see. What's the difference between hover and focused? Okay, we'll call it normal, focused. So hover and focused should basically be the same thing. Disabled. See. So wait, if I disable one of these, Amshelly86, you're using UI components. Focused is the concept of a UI component receiving UI as their inputs first. Yeah. No, I get that. Thank you. Thank you, Amshelly86. Thanks for hopping in the. I haven't used the control nodes a ton. I've even done whole projects where I just basically mostly just fake it with like 2D nodes. But I'm trying to do good. We're making a palette for our tile editor. We're making a big a palette of all the different tiles. So I'm kind of just looking at the structure. But yeah, so focused then is more of a keyboard. Okay, so yeah, my question is like, what's the difference between mouse focus and keyboard focus? Or like what I mean to say is, what's the difference between a mouse hover and a focus? I feel like if I'm hovering over it with my mouse, that counts as focus. But they have a separate hover thing that's just mouse hovering. So that part is what I'm a little confused about. All right, so we're gonna do something else for that. So we're gonna call this. So there will be. So this is normal. This layer is normal, and we actually need to kind of revert to this color for normal here. But how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So this will be our normal. Actually, I'm going to use the mid-tone color for this. Not the mid-tone. So we have... Why did I make these separate? Oh, these are the PNGs. Where's the A sprite for that? Whole default middle. Whole default combined. So I kind of want to use the outer hull for the regular one. The middle hull for like contrast with the sides. And then the inner hull for when it's selected. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to use this. You click on the node, it will become focused. But if you're hovering on other nodes, you can show them separately. Ah, I see. So the focus will swap when I click, but then the hover can be a separate thing. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, then I think I know what I want to do. We'll use this darker color for for standard. When we hover, we'll switch it to this lighter color. And then when we click, we'll go back to the regular color, but we'll do like an outline. I think that's the way. I think that's the way we're going to do this. So hover. Oh, RF, you answered my question. That's great. I didn't realize that was someone else. Thanks for hanging out and popping in the chat here. Yeah, UI is definitely one of my weak points. I do not like. And then we'll just copy this over again here. Get rid of this stuff. Then we're gonna place this with white, non-contiguously. And this is focus. So we'll say this will be cubes focused. That's what they call it, right? It's normal, focused, hover. Pressed, I assume, is like while you're physically pressing it down to like give it a little extra. We might do that just for a little oomph. We could have pressed be. We could have pressed be both. So we could have pressed be this. So we could say. I might not like how this looks, but we could probably try it. So pressed is going to be hover. And focus. Let's just go through the list. So this will be visible layers. This will be cubes. Normal. The cubes. Hover. Cubes. Oops. The cubes. Focus. Focused. Past tense, I think. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, because focused renders both focused and normal, I think they said. So this will be focused. This will be pressed. Oh my god, we have ads starting soon? I've been doing this for an hour already? Jeez. It's embarrassing. I'll get rid of this one. So this will be, this texture doesn't exist anymore, so let's replace that. Quick load, cubes. So let's say normal. Oops, I messed up the whole thing. There we go. So this will be also still normal. Okay, and then so we'll start adding, so normal's all set. Oops. So what I do want to do, so wait, if I save this Atlas texture, no, the Atlas texture remembers it's Atlas, so we really do want different Atlas textures. 3216. My feeling here. Oh, can I not collapse this? Okay. Pressed. An Atlas texture. 3216. Oh, we got ads. Give me 1 second here. All right, we're back. I love how ads are kind of referred to almost like a pest. Like, it's the same way you say, like, we've got ads. You say that almost the same way that you're like, we've got ants. Like, you just got to deal with them. All right, we're doing pressed. So cubes pressed. Hover. And focused. Click mask. Oh, right. We looked at that. We could theoretically do that, but I don't really want to. We might do a click mask just so you have to click here to get it instead of here. Theron Keen. How's it going today? It is going good. We had a great stream yesterday. Today's a lot more low key, chilling. Yesterday was kind of intense. So yeah, we're building out a little palette UI, so that we can pick which block we want to use in the tile editor. So we're picking out a little palette UI, making a little palette UI for that, because we need to be able to intake that the kind of information for our systems to know what they're running on, like what they should be doing. Which one's this one? Focused. Oh. Wait. What? Oh, I just set the wrong texture. Okay. Atlas texture. 3216. All right, let's see if that one works at least. Okay, yeah, we got the hover. You can see in the upper left corner here. Oh yeah, I kind of do want the mask, the click mask. And if we mouse down, it does that. And then if we let go, it does that. So we can go somewhere else. And that's just our selection. Okay, cool. Kind of like that. It kind of works with our color system we're already using. Let's make a click mask. All right, so this is a little tedious, but I think it's okay. I don't relish setting this up for this many. Got to be a better way to do that than to set this up. And you assign 6 different textures to, what is this? This is 6 times 8. That's what, like 50 something? Okay. Well, today's our chill stream where I guess we're just doing busy work. How are you doing? How are you doing, Theron Keen? How's your projects were going? And how's anyone doing in the YouTube chat? I always like hearing about people's projects or what's going on. Maybe you can put all the states in one texture. Yeah, but then we'd still need different atlas textures because the atlas texture seems to hold a bunch of information. It holds the actual atlas, which is just the texture that you want to use as a region. You have to put in the region information, margin stuff, whatever. So you put all this information in. So I think you have one atlas texture per like unique region or whatever. So yeah, I mean putting all the states in one texture is okay, but that doesn't change the fact that I need to configure a atlas texture for every single state of every single tile. I mean, eventually I'll probably do this programmatically for each thing. So at some point I'll set up like an understanding of like whatever hull sets you have, like whatever hull color sets you're using, you just have these 3 and this is kind of just how it goes. Like eventually we can probably do this programmatically and build it from some kind of library. I just don't see how to do that right now. And I don't see how that would be less work than what I'm already doing. But yeah, there's got to be a better way, Arif. I agree. Theron Keen, you're good. You've been continuing to model in Blockbench almost every day, working out every day. And I guess the new game is officially started, quote unquote, because you've got a game design document and GitHub repo. That's it. And you know how you're saying you're like modeling in Blockbench every day and like working out every day? All you got to do is work on the game every day, and that's it. That's just how you maintain the momentum and the motivation. Just do it every day. right? Just build it into your habit. The streams have been really good for me in that way. I'm going to look at Atlas texture a little bit in the docs. Yeah, we'll probably change our folder structure a little bit. So these four should probably be one file from like a memory standpoint. But yeah, it seems like we'll need to set up an Atlas texture for each one, each representation of the window here. Hmm. What other options are there here? There's the click mask, which we do want to set up. There's disabled, which I don't. So disabled is just something you can't access. So I guess we probably should have a disabled. So disabled. Okay, let's do that. So we'll say we'll make a new one of these. Have it be disabled. And then for this, we're going to use our middle hull color. Then we also need a click mask. Oops. Oh, hey, Carbonauts. Think Theron, you think this game will be easier than your first project? You're doing a 10 to 15-minute horror game. Oh, nice. So just movement and basic object interaction. Asset creation will be more work. Blockbench is a low poly modeling software. It's used by a lot of Minecraft mod creators. Oh, cool. It's fully featured but much simpler than, say, Blender. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds like the way I'd want to get started in modeling. I barely have a grasp of pixel art. What am I doing at this point? I don't remember. We're doing the click mask. So the click mask. A black and white bitmap. Okay. I probably don't need to include the black part. I probably just need to paint the white part in. So we'll just say, just grab this. Oops. There you go, like that. So this is going to be cubes, click mask. It's cubes, disabled. Click mask. Oh, new bitmap. Wait, can I not? I would like to specify a tile atlas, please. Seriously? I don't have a bitmap. Okay, so this doesn't take a regular texture. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe we're not going to do a bit mask or click mask then. Maybe we won't do disabled either. Maybe we turn this all into one file or one atlas. I guess it doesn't matter. You need to import the image as a bitmap. Oh, right. I mean, I still want to use it. We've still constructed it in such a way that that's not going to work for us if I can't also use a atlas. Fine. So here's our problem. If I try to load this bit mask, yeah, it's this. This is not what we can use here. So it would require me to it would require me to make an individual one for the deck cube. It would require me to make an individual click mask for every single one of these things, which I don't exactly want to do. Yeah, it's not respecting, the boundaries between the different pieces. Yeah, you can't region it. I know that's a problem. Blockbench supports in-view texturing and has an animation editor besides the modeling tools themselves. Oh, nice. And there are plugins for PBR textures and other features. Most importantly, it's free, open source. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell that you love it. Okay, so this is kind of annoying. We can go back and decide if we want to support that later. Don't want to support it right now. We'll add the disabled texture though. So then if I go in here and I click disabled, yeah, okay, now it can't be selected, right? Yeah, it can't. Okay, cool. Let's add a margin container. Let's actually make the block editor a margin container. That's better. I don't want to put it in the upper right. Is that weird? Kind of don't like it in the upper left. I need to add a input to the project settings. RF says you can do it in the ready function, but it needs some programming. Yeah. That's, honestly, this is probably, once we have an arbitrary number of these blocks that can be like, because this is an in-game editing tool. So you'll be able to like load mod packs with like different things. We're going to need a process for like analyzing and like splitting up stuff. And so this will end up being done pretty programmatically. I don't mind doing anything by hand once, but as soon as we need to do it twice, I think about automating. And once we need to do it 3 times, I'm like, man, I should really start working on that automation. All right, we're looking at the input map. I want an exit. I want to add a new, I want to add an exit game. Add escape. And now we'll go into our script here. I just want to be able to close out my test run by just hitting a button instead of having to like hit the Windows key, then right click, then like close it. So we'll just add that to the input handler. And that'll be the highest priority input to process. And over here, we should just process that. Where do we do that? In the game. So in the game, if we receive the exit instruction, we just take care of it. All right, so that should already just work. Let's see if that works. It did not in fact work. Huh. Do I not have the input handler loaded? I do not. Okay. That's easy. Utility, input handler, add. Probably get some errors. No? Oh, yep. Awesome. One click exit now. All right. Love that. All right. So back in here. So we've got all of these keys set up except the click mask. We can live without the click mask for now. Now we got to add it to this boy. So it's 32, 32, 32. Okay. Pressed. Atlas texture. 32, 32, 32. The atlas. Cubes. Pressed. Hover. Atlas texture. This isn't that bad. I mean, it's tedious, but could be worse. Hover. 32, 32, 30, 32. There's got to be a better way to do this, though. Which one was this one? Disabled? Focused. 32, 32, 32. All right, let's see if that works. And that was like less than a minute. Could do this whole thing in like an hour. Okay, so both of these hover now. I can mouse down. If you mouse down and then move away and then right click, it still selects this one. A little unusual. But that's okay. It's a nice combination of visual feedback to select one of these. I don't hate that. Oh, I don't need to do that anymore. I instinctively hit Windows and was ready to right click and hit close window. And all I need to do now is just hit escape. You have to drop, but good luck with your project. I'll try to do it on the next stream. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Arif. I would love to hear more about the kind of stuff you're working on next time. Yeah, we do this Tuesday through Saturday most weeks. Yeah, around this time. So yeah, I'd love to hang out with you here again. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. Really appreciate the input. All right, now let's do the third one. This one's 32.0, 32.40. Okay. There isn't an option to save this Atlas texture, which is interesting. Usually there's an option in here to hit save. Maybe, I don't know, I actually know how Atlas textures are treated under the hood. I'm curious. What are we doing? Pressed? 32.0, 32.40. All right, that should be it. That should be all three of these at least. Now, before I add the rest of them, I should have a system. I should think about how we're going to communicate these selections up. Basically, any of these should communicate up. Role container, grid container. So I guess I'll maybe probably have a script for these. Make like it'll be like a palette block script. And so where's my signal tab? Signals and groups. Oh, UIs don't have, oh yeah, it's here. It's weird that it didn't load before. Um, Toggled. Emitted when the top button is toggled or pressed. No, so we don't want toggled. We want pressed. Oh, if you need to know the button's pressed state, toggle mode is active. Toggle mode will not be active. So we'll just hook this up here. C# code won't be, this isn't a C#. Just gonna add it to myself here. Theron, your computer's been crashing lately. It's something to do with your GPU. Oof. What kind of GPU is it? 3060? Oh, that should be fine. That's weird then. That you're gonna tell me like what like my old computer is, which is like a 1060 or something like that. 3060, huh? Computer's been crashing lately. Hmm. It's weird. Like you've tied it to like heavy graphics like workloads, like it happens like yeah, 3060 is not bad at all. That's on my laptop. My laptop has a 3060 and it's even the laptop version of the 3060 is pretty good. Event viewer crash logs say it's related to GPU. That sucks because I don't know what you do about that. Like besides like making sure you've got like the latest driver, like I don't know what do you even do. All right, so when on pressed, basically on pressed, we're gonna say so we're gonna have an export variable. Should it just be a string? Yeah, why not? Or it could be a integer. No, it should be a string. This is gonna be like block form, it's a string. That's not how you do this. Could not find string in the current scope. I like don't remember how GD script works anymore. I haven't used it for like 5 minutes and I don't remember. Uh, export variable, whatever. Ah, okay. I got it. This is going to be something like, so then on the input handler, we'll have something like, oh, we don't want to call this here. We want to connect our signal on ready. Let's disconnect this signal. Well, no. Yeah, disconnect the signal. Don't need this. I haven't done signals in a minute. You've been Googling the error code every time it's crashed, fixing one thing at a time. Hopefully it's not a hardware failure. Can't afford to replace anything until you get a new job. Yeah, I feel that. I hope it's some kind of software or firmware thing that you can figure out. All right, so on ready, we're going to say something like input handler dot connect. All right, how does this work? Connect a signal by name to a callable. Optional flags can also be added. Signal can be only connected once to the same callable. Yeah. So button, you would say button dot button down dot connect. Oh, interesting. So I'd say pressed dot connect. I want to connect our signal pressed. Action mode button press. I don't think I want that. Action mode. Let's get rid of these. Action mode button release. Yeah, that's what I prefer. Keep pressed outside. Oh, that's weird. That's not the behavior that I'm seeing. Okay. Um, so we've got our button. So we got our new button. Button down here is a signal variant type, and we thus call the signal.connect method not object.connect. Okay. Recommended method to connect signals is not object.connect. Okay. Yeah, we want a signal.connect. So these are object.connects. What we want signal connects. So so button is ourselves. So we want to connect button down to a callable on somebody. Yeah, okay, this is good. So option 3 is what we want to do. I want to connect the signal to someone else, though. I don't want to connect it to us. All right, let's look at signal.connect. I feel like I relearn this every single time I need to use it because I don't use it very often. Because we're basically going to have every single one of these is going to connect its signal up to the input handler. I guess that's not necessary because the input handler isn't a global. Okay, yeah, we don't have to do that actually. We can do it the other way. We can do it the easy way. We'll do it the easy way. The easy way is to have a func on pressed. So this is going to be button pressed, button down, button up. Oh no, so it's pressed dot connect on pressed or on pressed. And on pressed we say input handler dot uh, say block pressed block form. A block form by itself is not sufficient, is it? At export variable block dir vector 3i. Is an export group or an export category? How do I use these again? Statistics. What's the difference between a category and a group? Block params. It's not the best way to do this. We're basically encoding the blocks information directly on the texture button, and then we're just passing that information to the input handler. And so the input handler is going to have a func block pressed block form, a string block direction is a vector 3i. Don't know how you pass parameters. Oh, that is. Oh, but I need to say void. And then here we're going to say game.enqueue command. It's going to be edit or edit tool select it's the best way to send in send over a vector3. I guess I could just send it as a string. We're going to say block form. Then we're going to say block direction dot to. How do you do a toString in Godot? String. Oh, do I need to send them individually? Well, let's see. We're sending an array of what I thought were strings. Godot vector toString. GDScript equivalent of toString. Base class object has a virtual method called toString. It can be overridden. Interesting. This is old. This can't be true anymore. Oh, it's method. There's a global stir. Converts one or more object arguments of any variant type to a string in the best way possible. Okay. Is there like a specific one? Like, can I say like vector 3i dot stir is a function? Or is it really just stir? How did this happen? Oh, so this is inside here. Okay, so there's just str, which just converts everything to a string. Okay, love that. Let's just hope C# knows how to convert it back. All right, yeah, this is not the best way to do this, but this is what we're doing. So this one is a deck, and its block direction is 0, 0, 0. This one is oh. I'll call this both cube. put this script on here, palette block.gd, which we need to move this file. So your block form is bulk, direction 0, 0. This is about to be like the hackiest thing I've done so far here, which is just to call this both. All right, so we're going to test this series of events here. Let's just try to send this command here. See if anything fails. Okay. We can select them. Oh, hey, Fusionist. How's it going? Sorry if I didn't notice that for a minute. How are you doing? All right, so unfortunate news. I knew we had to end early today. I didn't know quite how early. Chill once again, how are me? Yeah, I'm good. I gotta cut this short. My partner here has this big final presentation and she needs the room for it. Can't have me just inner monologuing to the internet while it's happening. So I need to wrap up. I thought I'd had another 30 minutes or something like that, but I was just informed that I needed to wrap up now. So I will have to do that. Yeah, sorry, Fusionist. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. I'm very proud of her final presentation. It was this game in Unity that she basically put together herself in like 2 days. It's like almost like a game jam, like an academic game jam. Super cool. Um, we haven't been doing anything interesting today. We've just been like setting up our little palette, our little UI palette thing. I'm gonna do some research since I have some extra time, and I'm gonna see if there's a better way to do this than to manually set all these up, because we have about 50 more of these that we need to set up. No, Fusionist. She's like pursuing a like a UI kind of graphic design, like motion graphics kind of like graduate degree. Like it's kind of more digital stuff, but it's not game dev specifically. It's just I think when you study interaction, you end up studying game design a lot. It's kind of cool. But yeah, hey, smooth in a second. Yeah. Oh well, I can go do laundry and get lunch and figure this out. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll have a big full length stream. A big 3 hour stream. Sorry, I'm having to cut short today. I'm gonna cue up some outro music here. And yeah. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.